Hello and welcome to a double stitch creations tutorial. Very excited to bring you the tutorial on Saltie the Croc. He is a pencil topper. He could be a keyring or a finger puppet. He's a great little toy and a great project to work on, and we're going to be working on him today. If you purchase the kit, you would have received some green yarn. I've picked some darker green yarn, thinking that's more of a croc colour, but if you prefer a lighter colour, let me know in the comments. I've also got some black and white yarn. This is 100% wool. This is the black and white's for the eyes. And to practice, I've put in a little bit of yarn so that you can practice working in rounds, as it can be a little bit tricky sometimes. It's a good idea to practice first, and then you can work on the green for Saltie. You also would receive some beautiful eucalyptus fibre as hobby fill, a tapestry needle for sewing in those ends. This is a great little tool. It's a stitch marker so that you can keep track of your rounds, so you don't lose count. And of course your 3.5mm hook. You will also need to have a pair of scissors on hand. Alright, let's get started. Okay, we're working off the pattern. The stitches we will be using today are the single crochet decrease, the half double crochet, a slip stitch. And if you need other tutorials to learn how to do those stitches, please see my YouTube channel. I will put a link in the description below. Alright, we are going to start with the head. Now, if you are new to crochet, you might want to start with the body, and you can skip ahead in the video because the body may be a little bit easier to start with, but we're going to start with the head, just following our pattern, and we're using the green yarn. We're starting with a slip knot, and how I do a slip knot, there are many different ways to do it. This is how I do it. I usually leave a tail so I can sew in later. I get my yarn and I wrap it around my finger twice so that I have two loops on my finger. I grab the back loop and I pull it over the first loop. Then I get my tail and I wrap it in front of the loop that is still on my finger, and I grab the back loop once more and pull it over the front loop. And now you've got a slip knot that you can pull tight or loosen as need. You don't want it too tight, you want your yarn to slide up and down your hook. Okay, we are now going to chain 4. Okay, how I hold my yarn, and again you might find a different way, but just to show you, and so you know I am a right-hander, so this is how I hold my yarn. I get my pinky and I just hook it under the yarn like this. I turn my hand and it goes under my pointer goes under the yarn just here. And now my index finger and my thumb are going to come under. Okay, the closer you hold it to the hook, the more control you've got. And we're working, this is our working yarn here between our pointer and our thumb. Okay, this is our working yarn between the pointer and the thumb, and we are now going to chain 4. Now in crochet it's called yarn over, but you're really just going under this yarn here, and you're hooking that bit of yarn and you're pulling it back through the loop on your hook. So that's 1, 2, we're doing 4, so yarn over, so pulling that yarn back through the loop on your hook, 3, yarn over, pulling that loop back through the loop on your hook. That's 4. Now we are on to round 1. It says 2 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. Okay, what does that mean? So this is your hook here. Here is your first chain to the hook. If we were to crochet into this chain, we would just undo our work. So usually when we start into this chain. Okay, so it's the second chain, and we're going to put 4 single crochets into here. Okay, and the way I like to do it is, see how you've got, see my camera, we've got one here and a strand here and then this one here. So I like to put my hook just here, so there's a strand on the bottom of my hook and two on the top. Okay, so turn your hook. I'm going to put it into that second chain from the hook. So making sure that there's one strand on the bottom and two on the top, just like that. And now we're going to do a single crochet. So you yarn over or go under the yarn, pull that yarn back through that chain stitch, and now you have 2 loops on your hook. 1, 2, and now you're going to yarn over again. So under the yarn and pull that yarn back through both loops on your hook, and that is your first single crochet. We're going to put another single crochet into the same stitch. So into that same stitch that we started with, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, back through both loops on your hook. Okay, continuing on to the next stitch, we're going to put 1 single crochet into this stitch. And again, I'm putting 1 strand of yarn on the bottom and 2 on the top. It's just a guide. Then yarn over, pull it back through that stitch, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. Okay, now the last chain, we're going to put 4 single crochets here, and what you'll find is your work's going to turn, and that's good. We want it to turn for the crocodile because we're going to start working underneath the chain. So into this last stitch, we're going to put 4 single crochets. So into this stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both, and repeat that 3 more times into the same stitch, and you'll watch your work start to turn. So that's single crochet number 2, number 3, and number 4. And now we're working on the underside of underneath our chain. We're going to put, this time it's only 1 strand because we're working underneath. We're going to put our stitches into here. So we're doing 1 single crochet into this stitch. So into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. And into our last stitch of the round, we're doing 2 single crochets. So into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, and pull through both. And that is the first stitch of our round. And what you'll notice is these little holes actually naturally form the snout on our crocodile, which I think is pretty cool. So we actually want those little holes there. Okay, now we're going into round 2. So turn your work here, and this is the first stitch that we did right here. So we're going to put our hook into here. You should have 10 stitches, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to do round 2 to 4, and it's 1 single crochet into every stitch around for the 10 stitches of the round, and we're going to do that for 3 rounds. So here we go. Into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. It's a single crochet, so that's 1. To the second, so just doing 1 single crochet into every stitch around, and this is where your handy stitch marker comes into place. Put that in the first stitch, and you know your round's completed when you get back to your stitch marker. So just keep going 1 single crochet into every stitch around, and you're going to do this for 3 rounds. And we're making the snout of our Saltie Croc. Okay, in the last stitch, this is round 2. Okay, now we want to do that again for another 2 rounds. Okay, so single crocheting into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 stitches into the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. So that's 1 and 2. This is round number 3 now, and I am putting my stitch marker back in, so you can count if you like, or you can just use your stitch marker. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and one more round like this. So this will be round number 4. Just doing the same thing. You watch your snout or your croc start to take shape. So that was, put your stitch marker back into the first stitch. It's so handy. 2, 3, just doing single crochet into every stitch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Alright, so that was round 4. And what we want to do now is take the opportunity to sew in that tail from the beginning to secure the base of our toy. Now, because on this animal I want the snout, I want those little holes, just be careful not to sew over those holes. And we just want to take this, just pull it a little bit tight, not too tight, because you want to see the on this. Normally I don't like to see the holes, but on this croc it's a feature, so we want to see those holes. So don't sew over those holes on the snout. Just get your tapestry needle and that tail and turn your work inside out. Just weave this tail in and out of your yarn until it feels secure. Just in and out, back and forth. There's no right or wrong here. It's just tucking away and securing the base so it won't come undone. Okay, and once you feel like that's secure enough, you can trim it. You can leave that. You're not going to see it because it's on the inside of your work. Okay, turn your crocodile back the right way. And there we go. Here's his snout with these 2 nostrils, which is great. Okay. We are now up to round 5. So this time we're doing 2 single crochets into this first stitch. So into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. So it's just the same stitch we're doing all along, but we're doing 2 into this one, same stitch. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. So you can put this until we get to 12. So round 5 is 2 single crochets in the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, and repeat around. So we're repeating that combination. So 2, then 1 single crochet into the next 4, then 2, and then 1 single crochet into the next 4. until we have 12 stitches. So 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And 2 single crochet into the next. So we're now increasing and making the head of our crocodile bigger. Then 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And you should have 12 stitches. Alrighty. 6, 7. Okay, 12. Alright. Okay. Round 6 is 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next, and repeat around. So we're just repeating that combination. So 2 into this stitch, 1, 2. You can put your stitch marker back. And here we're repeating this combination, and then 1 into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat this combination until we have 18 stitches. So we're increasing and making our head bigger. So 2 into the next stitch, 2 single crochets, and 1 into the next, and just keep going with this stitch combination, 2 into the next. One into the stitch after that, all the way around back to our stitch marker until we have 18 stitches. Into this. So 2, then 1, 2, then 1, all the way around. And you should find that you'll have 18 stitches once you get back to the stitch marker. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright, we're doing well. Okay, round 7 to 9, which is 3 rounds in total. It's a single crochet into every stitch around for 18 stitches. So we're doing 1 single crochet around for 18 stitches, and we're just doing that for 3 rounds. So put your stitch marker in. So doing 1 single crochet around in every stitch for the 18, and then doing it for another 2 rounds after that. And I will get back to you at the end of round 9. Alrighty, here we are at row number 9. And now at this point in time, we're going to embroider our eyes using the black and white yarn. Alright, so here we're going to start with the black. You'll need your tapestry needle for this. Okay, and just take a look at your croc and see, I guess, what's his best side. So I think I'll put his eyes here, and the eyes between rows 5 and 6 are counting from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 6, and they're approximately 3 stitches apart. So I like to double my yarn actually. I'll just wind it all the way off. I like to double it because it just makes it a little bit thicker, makes it pop out a little bit more, and it's faster. Okay, so rows 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it really is completely up to you and where you want to put your eyes. This is just a guide. Always leave a bit of a tail. We'll knot them off later. Just try and keep it out of the way because they do have a habit of getting tangled. So 5 and 6, so you're just going, here's row 5, we're going up 1 row. I'm just putting, and I like to do this in the same spot. I like to do this about 3 times, just in the same stitch. Just do this 3 times. This is the exciting part because this is where our crocodile starts to take on personality. Okay, now we're going to skip 3 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put our other eye in here. You could do 2 if you think that might be better, which maybe on this guy might be. Might be 2 or 3, just depends on your croc. I might do it here. And then up 1 row. Just keep that tail out of the way. And you, once again, you're going to do it three times into the same stitch, just to make it stand out. It could be more, it just depends on each. I find each animal is different, so it just depends. All right. So once you seem happy with that, just cut off your black yarn. Just leave a tail. You can knot it off and get your white. Yeah, and then we're going to add some catch lights just to make it really stand out. So once again, I double the yarn, and I'm really going to go back into the same stitch, but this time I'm only going to do it once. And just on this one, I've done the white on the inside, which I might do again. So keeping, you have 2 black strands on this side of the head, and you'll have 2 black strands on this side, so just keep them in order because trust me, they will get tangled if you don't. Now we go into the same stitch, leaving a tail because we're going to knot that off in a minute, and then you want to guide it to where you want to go. So just, I want it to go on this side, and I'm going back into the same stitch, but I'm only doing it once, as before we did it 3 times. And just put your finger, guide it where you want it. And when you're happy with it, just go over to the next side. Once again, just keep those strands away and going into the same stitch on this side. And I'm going to guide it where I want it to go. So I want it to go down here. Okay, once you're finished and pretty happy with how it's looking, you can cut off the white, leaving a tail. And we're going to knot these strands together. So you're going to have 2 strands of black on this side, and 2 strands of white, and 2 strands of black, and 2 strands of white on the other side. So we're going to knot these 2 together. Now, I always do about 3 knots. With the first knot, you want to make a firm knot, but not too tight, because you'll pull the face in the front. So just make a firm knot, not too tight, and then do another 2. But these 2 you want to make as tight as you can possibly do it. Okay. Now trim it, and the tails will just go in to the head as part of the filling, so you won't see them. And now do these 2. So firm, the first knot is firm but not tight. Then the next 2 is as tight as you can do it to make it secure. Alrighty, and then trim. And there you go, there's that. The eyes for crocodile done. And sometimes if you pull them too tight, like I have it a little bit, you just prick them out with the needle here. Alright, now we're up to round number 10, and we're going to decrease and start closing our head. And our head's nearly done. So get your crochet hook, and we're going to do what's called a single crochet decrease. So you're joining 2 stitches together to close the back of the head. So we're going to go into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and unlike with a normal crochet, we would yarn over here and pull through both of it. We're not going to do that here. We're going straight into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you've got 3 loops in your hook, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. So we join those 2 stitches together, and then we're doing a single crochet into the next stitch, just a normal single crochet. And you might want your stitch marker here, so put that into the first stitch. And then we're going to do another decrease. So repeating the stitch combinations, single crochet decrease, single crochet decrease, single crochet all the way around until we have 12 stitches. So it's a decrease and the normal single crochet. Alright, so yeah, sorry, I forgot to show you how to do that decrease. So I'll just undo it. Into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, to the next stitch, yarn over, pull up another loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And a normal single crochet here, and a decrease into this stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up another loop, and then a normal single crochet, and now a decrease into this stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So we're going to go from 18 stitches to 12. Then a normal single crochet here, and a decrease. And normal single crochet, and a decrease. And then a normal single crochet. You should find that you have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now you can fill the head with hobby fill. I didn't fill the snout on this one. I thought it would look better without having filling. It's up to you. I just filled the back of the head with a bit of hobby fill. So you can add a little bit and then we can decrease it a bit more and then add a bit more. So now we're going to do decrease all the way around till we have single crochet decrease to our 6 stitches. So every stitch is going to be a decrease. So into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. And just keep repeating that until you have 6 stitches left. And if at any point you think you need a little bit more for stuffing, which I think I may, you can stop and add a little bit more before you close it. So just going all the way around, doing single crochet decreases. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I need to do one more, but I might add a little bit more filling here. Okay, now I'm going to do one more decrease. Okay, look at that, he's starting, starting to like the look of him now. So I'm taking character. Okay, last decrease. So it's a little tricky. Oh, no, I need to make that tighter. Okay, and now you can cut your yarn, leave a tail for weaving in. So leave a bit of a tail. Now just yarn over and pull that tail all the way through. Okay, we're sewing up the hole at the head of our croc. So you have 2 loops on your stitches. The easiest way to do this is you've got a front loop and a back loop. We're just going to go through the front loop only, just weaving it in and out. Just using the front loop because that will help pull it tighter easier. So do it for every stitch around, so 6 stitches. And now pull it tight. And then I just knot it off. I always do 3 knots. Sorry, that's what I do, but you can do your own way. I just knot it about 3 times. And then you just weave this in and out of the back of the head, tucking it away. And you can even sometimes, particularly at the back, when you're decreasing, there's the holes are a little bit bigger, you can see the stuffing, so you just weave in and out, hiding those holes away and making it even more secure. Alright, and once you're happy with that, you can trim it. This time I'm going to trim it close to the head so you can't see it. So right here. And there we go, there's the head on Saltie the Croc, and in the next tutorial we will work on his body. Hope you enjoyed this and thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.